What's up everybody, Adam here, and welcome to New Comic Book Day once again. Stack is a little bit shorter this week, it feels like. Feels like Marvel's kind of slowing down with the amount of books they're thrusting out upon us at this time. So, you know, at least there's that, if nothing else. So, we're going to start this week's haul by taking a look at the independent publishers first. Up first we have Danger Girl number 2. I have not yet read Danger Girl number 1 yet, but I figured I'd at least snag number 2 while I saw it. Next up, a book I'm probably going to read as soon as I'm done with the video, Tithe number 6. Tithe number 6. For some reason I was thinking it was number 5, and I knew that was wrong. But Tithe number 6. This was going to be my pick of the week, but a book actually is replacing this one as pick of the week. We'll see that towards the end of the video. Still, really good book. I'm interested to see where the tide goes from here. Next up, Invader Zim number 4. I really am liking this book. It's just a silly book with no consequences. You don't really need to know anything. If you know the Invader Zim series, that's even better, but it's just a silly book about an inept alien that tries to conquer Earth. And he's really bad at it. So now we're going to get into the DC pulls this week. First up, we have Titans Hunt number 1. I honestly don't really know anything about this series. I just know that my wife and I have been watching the like Young Justice and Teen Titans older animated stuff, so I saw Titans Hunt and I was like, you know what? Kind of in a Teen Titans mood, and just a coincidence that came out today, so I figure I may as well pick that up, give it a read, see what's going on there. Next up, and I forgot to actually add this to my box, Batman and Robin Eternal number 3. Another one I have not had an opportunity to read yet. It's coming out way faster than I can read books. You know, it's the 3rd week, and it's going to come out weekly, so I've really got to start getting on top of things so I can actually read it and talk about it at some point, other than just saying, hey, I got the 3rd issue. Next up, Green Lantern, The Lost Army, number 5? Yes, number 5. Another book I'm not really reading, just got it from my wife. I think she has all 5 of them now, so that's for her to read whenever she feels like reading it. So, maybe I'll read it at some point, but right now it's not really on my, my stack. Next up, a What If that I didn't know was coming out today, actually. What If Infinity number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy. I really feel like I should be reading the Infinity series before I start reading those What If books. I've just been kind of lazy. And what, Infinity is about 3 years old at this point? I'm really lazy when it comes to reading. I apologize. Next up, a book I wanted to get. Didn't get it the first time it came out. They had additional copies of it. Doesn't look like it's a reprint. I think it's still the first print. What If Infinity Inhumans number 1. So that's another one I just gotta sit down and commit myself to reading. Next up, I have not yet had the opportunity to read Amazing Spider-Man number 1, but I figure I'm gonna like it, so I made sure to pick up Amazing Spider-Man number 2. I like Spider-Man, so I'm hoping this series is really good. Next up, one of the new number 1s this week, Karnak number 1. I don't really know much about the character Karnak. I've heard some very good things from previews about this book, that it's pretty exciting, it's action-packed, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. It's one I might actually read today, instead of being lazy. Next up, Uncanny Inhumans number 1. Again, a book not really on my radar, and I'm not a huge Inhumans fan, but I figure I'll give the book a chance since it's brand new, just came out. I think the only books that I didn't pick up this week that from like brand new Marvel stuff was Ant-Man, Quake, and Agents of Atlas. There really honestly just isn't enough interest for me. Those books are at least a moderate interest that I could probably read them. I may not necessarily get anything after this. Like, I also skipped Iron Man number 2 this week. I haven't read the first one yet, but I don't really know if I'm going to like Iron Man, so I kind of skipped out on buying number 2 for right now. But I'll buy it if I like the first one. Next up, Star Wars Shattered Empire number 4. This is a book I really, really am enjoying, though. I really did not anticipate liking a Star Wars comic book, and this book is doing very, very well, in my opinion. I'm really enjoying it. And before we get to the pick of the week, I actually stopped by 2nd and Charles, mainly just to pick through some craft stuff, but I was actually able to find a couple of books that I wanted to add to my personal collection. First up, we have Danger Girl #1. I thought that was kind of funny that I was able to find, Danger Girl #2 from the new series came out today, and then I found Danger Girl #1 here for $2. J. Scott Campbell, it's pretty, I like it. Like I said, $2. Next up is Mind the Gap #3. The only reason I picked it up is because it is a Scotty Young cover. I saw a couple other Mind the Gaps they had there, but they weren't Scotty Young art. I just kind of like picking up anything that's Scotty Young that I can. I don't think he does any of the interiors, because it says McCann, Esquejo, and Oback, so I don't think he does any of the interiors, but I saw the similar art style of Scotty Young on the cover there, and I wanted to pick it up. And then I picked up Justice League #41, The Dark Side War, Part 1, the blank variant cover. $4 for it. This book was $5. Saved a whole $1 on it. But I've been trying to pick up random sketch covers like that, and I guess this series is doing really, really well. So having a sketch variant, actually having something sketched on there, and being the first one in the series, there's possible collector value to that. So we'll see. Just got to get something actually drawn on there. But this week's pick of the week is a very fun book. At least the first issue was really, really fun. Kind of imagine a series where Batman, well, not Batman because he wasn't Batman yet, but Bruce Wayne's family is killed and he vows to get vengeance for his family, and he goes out and he gets his training and becomes Batman. Except in this world, Bruce Wayne's actually incredibly poor and has to borrow the money to become a superhero, and when he no longer pays for that equipment and all the stuff he gets, then the Repo Man comes. And that's what brings us to this week's pick, The Paybacks #2. That's essentially the story. Superheroes that borrow money to become superheroes, and if they don't pay back what they owe, their stuff gets repossessed. You can kind of see from the cover, I'll get it a little bit closer. This is supposed to look like Iron Man. You can kind of see from the little thing in his chest here, and if you look at the box, it's all kind of like bits and pieces of armor. So yeah, it's a fun book. It's very interesting. The second one ended on kind of a serious note, so I'm curious to see, or the first one ended on a serious note, not the second one. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where this series goes. It was a surprise hit for me, the first issue. So again, pick of the week, Paybacks #2. If you have the opportunity, make sure to pick up Paybacks #1. But okay guys, that's everything I got for you in this week's haul video. I do have a couple other videos that are going to be coming out soon. One of them is going to be a Fayetteville Comic-Con haul / review of the convention. And there's also a Midtown Comics unboxing coming shortly. And also a contest video that I've seen floating around in the comic book haul community of 15 villains, 15 covers. So keep your eyes out on the channel for those. Of course, I'm going to have more of the weekly haul coming each week. And also, as always, comments. I like comments. I like to hear about what you guys are getting, what you're reading, what I should be getting if I missed something this week. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So until next video, this is Adam, signing off.